have a happy, happy, happy time. Makes you move, makes you groove. You get the feeling, and it's feeling. Come on. Oh, hi, hi, hi. I got go, get your love. Oh, hey, 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 hey. Got to love, got to love, got to love you. I got to love you with you. You got to love, I knew when I first met you that you had a mighty love, baby. I'm gonna wait on you, gonna wait on you, baby. Just give me, give me your love. Mighty, 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 mighty. Hey, can I say, can I say, la, 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 baby. Just let me know what's happening.
Oh, yes. The Spinners and Mighty Love. Hey, welcome, everyone. This is The Buzz, StudioWBuzz.com. Keep it locked and loaded. Coming up at the top of the hour is Kicking It with KAYLA right here on The Buzz.
Got myself together, yeah.
Good evening, world. This is Studio W, the Buzz, your global radio network, circling the globe 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The finest in broadcasting anywhere. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for that show, Kicking It with KAYLA. All right, good evening, KAYLA. All right, let's see. I think, let's see, let's unmute this. All right, KAYLA.
Oh, there you
Hi.
go. There I am. How are you?
There you are. Oh my God. Man. Wow. 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 Thank you so much for coming back. And this is your third episode of Kicking It with KAYLA. Uh, Last
Wow.
week, oh my God, you knocked it out of the park twice. I mean, it was great. Absolutely fantastic. Got a lot of great feedback from it, and I'm sure that the audience can't wait to see what we have or what you have for us today. I'm just gonna kick it with you. How about that?
I appreciate it. That's why we're here. Kicking it with Kayla. Thank you very much. Your compliments, they just make me feel so good. Feel like I'm doing something right. Yeah, so you're kicking it with Kayla right here on Studio W Buzz Radio. And today is May 18th. It happens to be a national day. Every day is a national day these days, and it's like spend time with a relative day. National day visit your relatives. So it's National Visit Your Relatives Day. They just make a day every day, but whatever. I'm always a festive person, so I'm here to celebrate. Visit Your Relatives Day. I don't know if you guys didn't listen to the first show. Go to studiowbuzz.com and you can check out the archived shows. But I was explaining how I moved here to California from New Jersey in 2020. And all my family that I'm super close with is on the East Coast, a gazillion miles away. And me and my family are super duper duper close. Like I know a lot of people say they're close to their families, but I really am super blessed. We get together for every birthday, every holiday, every time there's an excuse to get together, we do it and we love it. So 2020 was super rough, not being able to see them as often as I'm used to. 2021, even though the world's getting back to normality, my life is still a little different. I can't see my family like I used to or like I want to. So if you can visit your family today, do it. It's a holiday. You got a reason, whatever. I chose to live in my purpose and I wanted to shoot my shot in major market and try to work in radio in California in the West Coast. And I'm doing that. But before I was living in my purpose, I think life just works out where you always end up where you're supposed to be. How I fell into radio is just a really funny thing. I was waitressing. And the job that I was waitressing at, because, I lied and said I had waitressing experience and I didn't have waitressing experience. So I was kind of really bad when I first started waitressing. My first day live was on Thanksgiving. And like I said, me and my family get together for everything. I assume Thanksgiving, most people stay at home with their families and they cook. I didn't realize everybody and your dad goes out to eat on Thanksgiving. Like everybody was out to eat on Thanksgiving. And it was my first time serving. So, needless to say, I didn't do a good job because I lied and said I had serving experience. I got screamed at, I got complained about, I got demoted, I got walked out all on my first day of serving. And it was Thanksgiving, and I'm like, this is the worst Thanksgiving ever. Like, I could have just stayed home with my family. Why am I here serving these tables? Regardless, I kept serving tables. I got a little bit better at it, but it took me a while to realize. I've had 4 waitressing jobs in my life, and I've gotten fired from every single one of them. Every single last waitressing job that I've had has fired me. So I think, yeah, serving's really good money, but I really don't think it's my calling. The first one, like I said, I lied. I got fired. I had 4 serving jobs. I got fired from 3 out of the 4. My first serving job where I got demoted and screamed at and walked out on and complained about, I actually didn't get terminated. That job treated me really, really badly though, probably because I lied and I wasn't a good server. But even still, they were mean to me, and because they were mean to me, I got a radio job because I was in college majoring in communications and I needed to find something within my field. I happened to luck out with a radio job. And then I got another serving job. So with the job that was treating me badly, I actually for my last shift, I called 10 minutes after I was supposed to be there, which isn't really nice, but I didn't like them. So, karma. Um I called 10 minutes after I was supposed to be there because they were mean to me for like a year and I was over it. I told them I'm not coming in. I got another job and you guys, good luck with everything. They were like, oh, thank you, Kayla, for the call. We appreciate it. You, good luck with your future, blah, 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 blah. And then after I called out 10 minutes after I was supposed to be there, telling them that I quit, I went there to go eat for the shift that I knew they were a server short on. I went there to go eat because I wanted like the manager to try to, address me or apologize for the way she treated me. I didn't get any of that, but I quit my first job in a very unprofessional way. My second serving job, I got fired for what did I get fired? Oh, a table dined and dashed and walked out on me. But I will say my second serving job, I also wasn't that good at it. I was late all the time. I was eating all the time. You can't have me around food and expect me not to eat it. Like that's what you do at a restaurant. You eat. I wasn't supposed to be doing that. I was supposed to be serving. But no, I ate all the time. I came late all the time. I actually got into a physical altercation with the customer when she threw a drink in my face. And they didn't fire me then. They fired me because the table dined and dashed and didn't pay. And they said I wasn't watching my tables correctly. And I lost that second serving job. My third serving job, I got fired because what did I do that time? Oh yeah, the manager said that I couldn't have the day off, and I decided to leave anyway, even though he said that I couldn't have the day off. It was a slow day. I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to be here. I'm out. And I left, and then he fired me a couple weeks later. And then I moved out here and I manifested for myself a serving job because, like I said, it's great money. Um, but I got fired again because a table maybe they took their receipt and I claimed a tip or something. They didn't have paperwork for it. Anyway, make a long story short, I got fired from every single waitressing job I ever had because I was never, ever, ever meant to be a waitress. My favorite nail polish color is actually called Not Really a Waitress because I wasn't living in my purpose. I just wasn't meant to do it. So this last serving job that I had, I got fired 3 days before my 30th birthday. And right before I was supposed to leave the country. And I've decided then, like, no, you know what? This is my last time getting fired from a waitressing job. It's not for me. I don't want to do it. I want to do radio. I want to do, what I was meant to do in this world. And I'm not going to waste my time just doing things because it's good money. And now that I'm living in my purpose, I feel as though everything else is just falling into line with me. Like everything is just feeling so good. My relationships with my friends are good. My family's good. My relationship with myself is good. Like I'm just vibrating so much higher because I'm living and doing what I'm meant to be doing, which is producing at iHeart, working with you guys at Studio W Buzz Radio, and just using my voice for something a little bit more productive than, can I get you some water? And no shades anybody who does waitress or wants the waitress, because again, it's great money. It's super duper, easy. You collect your money, you go home for the day. You don't have to stress about it. Like I get it if that's what you want to do. And I love the restaurant industry. I love to eat. So I don't judge you if that's your choice, but it's not my purpose. I'm not meant to be refilling waters and getting people food. And also like people are pretty condescending to waitresses sometimes. It's super hard to deal with when you feel like you deserve better. So I'll make a long story short, I started living in my purpose, which is how I'm here with you on Studio W Buzz Radio. And I'm not the only one who takes these leaps and just, gets fired. Well, I got fired, but I know a couple people who quit their job just to live in their purpose. And I'm going to have my life coach on here again, happens to be my big sister, and to share her story about how she had a job that was inconclusive to her reaching her higher self and how she walked away from that job and just started living a more fulfilling life. And I'm not telling you guys to, quit your jobs and live like, a reckless lifestyle. All I'm saying is if you're unhappy and your job is just bringing you more misery than it is happiness, maybe it is time to take that leap. Maybe my story can inspire you. Maybe my sister's story can inspire you. But we got some inspirational fun stories coming up. Crazy stories to make us feel sane. And yeah, it's just another day kicking it with KAYLA. So I want to play some music and then we're going to get back to the story. So we're going to do a Tribe Called Quest. Can I kick it?
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
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 Well, I'm gone.
Go on then.
Can I kick it? To all the people who can quest like a tribe does. Before this, did you really know what live was? Comprehend to the track force. Why? Cause getting mentions on the tip of the vibe was. Rock and roll to the beat of the funk fuzz. Wipe your feet really good on the rhythm rug. If you feel the urge to freak, do the jitterbug. Come and spread your arms if you really need a hug. Afrocentric living gives a big shrug. A life filled with, that's what I love. A lower plateau is what we're above. If you diss us, we won't even think of. We'll nipper the dog and give a big shove. This rhythm really fits like a snug glove. Like a box of positives, it's a plus love. As the trial flies high like a dove.
Can I kick it?
Yes, you can.
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 Well, I'm going.
Go on then.
Can I kick it? To my tribe that flows in layers. Right now, Fife is a poem sayer. At times, I'm a studio conveyor. Mr. Dinkins, would you please be my mayor? You'll be doing us a really big favor. Boy, this track really has a lot of flavor. When it comes to rhythms, Quest is your savior. Follow us for the funky behavior. Make a note on the rhythm we gave you. Feel free, drop your pants, check your hair. Do you like the garments that we wear? I instruct you to be the obeyer. A rhythm recipe that you'll savor. Doesn't matter if you're minor or major. Yes, the tribe of the game with a player. As you inhale like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. And we are back. Kicking it with KAYLA right here on Studio W, The Buzz. KAYLA, that last story about your waitressing jobs, I mean, it just cracked me up. I turned my mic off. I don't know. Maybe you could have heard me through StreamYard, but oh my God. Well, this CEO of Studio W, The Buzz, I'm so happy that you got fired. Okay. Oh, wow. Let's see. Let's take him. All right. Let's do this. Yes. KAYLA?
I don't know why I keep muting my microphone. Hi.
Oh, I don't know.
I was saying I'm sorry I got fired too. And I like when you laugh. I like when your microphones are muted. It lets me know what's going on out there. So I appreciate it.
It's funny. You know, and I tell you, it couldn't be your personality. Your personality is spot on. It's beautiful. So you must have been really, really bad.
No, it's honestly my personality actually saved me. They saved my job on numerous of occasions. I was on like double final warnings, triple final warnings. I didn't even know that was a thing. And they were like, you know what? I think you just got to go at this point. We love you, but you can't work with us anymore. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I get it. I get it.
That's too funny. That's
True story. True story. I definitely got fired
I
from
mean,
every single waitressing job I've ever had, and I'm done doing it. I'm done waitressing. I'm gonna stick with radio, and I haven't gotten fired from radio yet. I got laid off, but
yeah,
not fired. So I
no,
think
you're
I'm
safe
doing something
here. You're safe.
right.
No problem with
Exhale and
that.
feel good. Thanks, WB.
Oh my God. Something else you said, and that is if your job is if it's making your life more miserable, then that's the time to look for another job. You know, it's not going to work. And you might
And
end up getting sick or whatever because stress is a killer.
it
No.
really is. It's the number one. It's the number one cause of a lot of diseases. And on top of that, I think even sometimes when you can't find another job, I sound like crazy, and I like really believe on living on faith. Because like if you manifest and you attract it, like I will not fail, you're not going to fail. No job is, and I don't want to get too preachy, but no job is stronger than God. Like God got me. God's not going to let me be homeless. God's not going to let me starve. God's not going to let me fail. Like I know this. So even if I don't have another thing lined up, if I am miserable, because we spend a lot of time at work, you just kind of got to do what you got to do. You got to leave, even if you don't have anything lined up. Happiness and mental health is first and foremost, in my opinion. And again, I don't have children. I don't have anybody depending on me but me. So it's kind of easy for me to kind of say these things, but it's something I genuinely believe. And one of my biggest inspirations was my big sister. And I even hate to tell her this to her face because she's so annoying. Haha. But like I hate to give her compliments, but she was so miserable at her job. And she made the decision. She was a boss, a regional coordinator. All her made enough to pay for her house, enough to pay for her car, enough to pay for her lifestyle. But she was so miserable. And she's actually here and she's much happier. She's not so miserable. Hey, Aaliyah.
Hi, Kayla. How you doing?
I'm great, sissy. So you heard me and William talking as far as, how you can't stay at a job if you're miserable. And I know you've experienced that firsthand with your staff trying to, attack you, tear you down, humble you. I'm her, obviously I'm your sister, so I was there for, you calling me after work with the this happened today or that happened today. And it was really, really a rough time for you, right, sissy?
Yes, it was hard. You spend 40 hours in one place and you have to consider, the energy that you're around in that time. And it just wasn't good for me.
So what made you get the courage to walk away from your career, like the thing that's paying all your bills? And mind you, you had nothing lined up, if we're being honest.
No, I had some savings, but I didn't have anything lined up. I didn't know if unemployment would be a factor since I made the decision to quit. But really, I became that uncomfortable. I tried to be responsible. I tried to think about what else I could be doing or stick it out, hoping things would get better because I was in a good position. I could, and I could try to shift my attitude. But it just became harder and harder. And sometimes the universe makes you uncomfortable so you can move. And that's really what happened. I just had to go.
So you were just completely uncomfortable, not necessarily financially, Aaliyah, but just overall emotionally and physically, and that just was the physical push you needed. So what did you do?
Yes, it was, the pandemic added increased stress to everyone. So my job, that's probably what really made it unbearable, the pandemic stress on top of everything. So I just gave them notice. I let them know. I gave them 5 weeks notice, which was plenty of time. That was as responsible as I can be. And I just took a leap on faith. Thankfully, my savings lasted me a little while. I was able to focus on starting my own business. And my happiness increased drastically. I feel lighter. I feel so much better. I have zero regrets, even though it was scary and I was unsure of what was coming next. I'm so much happier. It's never worth it when you're in an unhappy situation or when you're uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that you are living a happier life now. Now, taking that leap, you said you had some savings. Did God ever let you fall? Did you ever like wonder, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to eat today? How am I going to be productive today? Like, did you ever go through any of the things that a lot of people fear?
I did not have to go through that one time. I can say literally everything I spent, I got back. I've been on several vacations since I left. I feel extremely comfortable. And, and my faith, is probably what gets me through because I pray and I trust 100% that God, is taking care of me every day. And that's what happened. I haven't had to worry at all, thankfully.
No, Aaliyah, I think that that's so true. I think that, your faith and your belief really does matter. I learned this really cool fact about sharks, and I kind of think that it relates to human nature as well. So sharks apparently swim about 12,000 miles from South Africa to Australia, and they do it in a straight line. Clearly, the ocean has no landmarks. The currents are constantly changing, the temperatures are constantly changing. There's no way to just like navigate through the ocean and just know how to get from South Africa to Australia. So for years, people are like, how do sharks do this? And again, they do it in a straight line. It turns out this study was sharks are really, really hard to study because of what they weigh and how hard it is to keep them captivated to learn their processes. Neither here nor there. I don't want to nerd out, but I will say what we did discover was that they use the Earth's magnetic pull to get them from South Africa to Australia, again, virtually 12,000 miles in a straight line. And I guess it's kind of like the Earth is just guiding them the way they need to go and where they need to be. I feel like as humans, we kind of have that instinct as well, as far as not necessarily physical locations, but where we're supposed to be mentally, emotionally, career-wise. If we just listen to our instinct and our gut and kind of just go with Earth's magnetic pull, we'll get to where we need to go. Do you think that humans have that as well?
Yeah, I think that kind of is consistent with just, terms such as gut feeling or intuition. When you know, you feel it in your bones, you feel it in your soul. You don't feel settled. A thought might creep up on you all the time and you might try to quiet the thought and tell yourself something else. But in your heart of hearts what you need to be doing to make you happier, and a lot of us just sometimes are afraid to take those steps because it does take significant life change, like leaving a job, leaving your stability, moving across the country, leaving your family behind, your biggest support system. Not a lot of people are willing to take that step, understandably so.
It was a lot of nights filled with a lot of tears. So yeah, I get it.
But I think, we do have something in us, whether it's energy or, a connection to higher power telling us what we need to do. But we know when we know our intuition is telling us what to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaliyah, I love it. Thank you so much. You always have the best advice and you know what? I want to say, Aaliyah, even though you and I kind of did it, I kind of got laid off and fired. So I had no choice. You kind of quit and you plan on making other life changes as well. But we're not the only people out here doing that. Like when I moved here, I met a lot of people who kind of quit their jobs and just took a leap of faith. And I know there's a couple people out there who struggle with doing this, who want to do it and they aren't doing it. So I'm definitely going to have more guests who have done this because you and I aren't the only ones, and just kind of give people that courage and the push that they need. But Aaliyah, you always give the best advice, and thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Aaliyah, hi.
Oh yeah, hold on. William's talking to you.
Hello, Aaliyah.
Hi.
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 Were you on last week as well?
Yes, I was.
I thoroughly enjoyed you being on. Absolutely. You ladies are absolutely amazing. And I can relate to everything that you're saying. One quick thing that I want to give a shout out to your dad. Your dad, my college line brother, fraternity line brother, a man, oh man, oh man. And, it's really amazing that I get a chance to talk to and have his daughter's on my network. I'm just blown away. This is so crazy. But something that you said, both of you just made fine points, and I like your comment also, KAYLA, about sharks and how do they go from A to B? They go and then you combine that with faith. They know what they know. They know what they're doing. They use the Earth's pull, and sometimes we're pulled in the right direction and we ignore it. And when we are at a vocation or a job that is really not right for us, we're pulling away from what we should be doing.
Right.
In a sense at all. And I'm going to tell you ladies a quick story. Along with you, Aaliyah, you're the only one on this panel that hasn't been fired.
Leah's been fired.
Well, I've been fired from
No,
waitressing.
She's been fired from waitressing too.
wait,
Yeah, thankfully.
yeah, no,
Thankfully, is right.
Never happened
so,
to me.
so check this out. I used to trade stocks. I was a licensed stockbroker, and I worked for major firms and things of that nature. And I've got fired off of, let's see, was it 3 of those jobs? And it wasn't because I wasn't good. It was because I was too good.
Oh,
And
really?
and I knew what I knew, and I knew more than the bosses. And when they said something that was out of line to me, I put them in their place, and they said, "Okay, William, this is your last day." I said, "Okay," I was going anyway. But the last one, I was actually kind of miserable when I got fired because it had nothing. None of these things had anything to do with me. I didn't do anything because I did a bad job. The last one was because I had protected a black employee, and
Wow.
I filed a complaint against my office to corporate, and
Mhm.
they did not like that. So I had one other agent that did something that was nefarious. This is an agent. This person is licensed. Or she should have been punished. But yep, they says, nope, William, she's your employee. You're fired.
Wow.
I said,
Wow.
no.
Aaliyah kind of got fired like that too a little bit. She was helping another coworker and they just didn't like her. They just wanted to get her
Yeah,
out of there. So they just kind of used the excuse of her helping the coworker and covering up
Yeah,
for her as a reason to get her out of there, right, Sissy? Right, Aaliyah?
yeah.
yeah,
And so
exactly.
check this out. And so the day I was fired, I had just consummated or getting ready to have the client sign the paperwork on a $2 million deal.
Wow.
$2 million.
Strong
And I
women.
said, no, this can't happen. This can't be happening, right? And
Right.
so I had to call the client back and let the client that I was no longer there. And so, and at that time, I said, okay, this money is just gone. Okay, this money is just gone. Yet I decided, wait a minute, hold it. I've been licensed for a couple of decades here. You start your own business. And so immediately I started my own. I called the client back, and I got that $2 million back,
Hey
and
now.
a bigger commission than I would have gotten if I had stayed at that clown company and that I was at. And it
That's
wasn't. It's really not.
inspirational.
It's a matter of fact. It's a worldwide enterprise. It's a
Ooh.
large, one of the largest insurance firms in the world. I will not give their names because I don't like them. And number two, I'm not giving their names because I will not give them free advertisement.
I
Uh,
hear that.
but no, and I've been happier since. And this was 7 years ago. No, almost 7.5 years ago. And the greatest thing that happened out of that, what I thought was a debacle and a loss, was I was able to start not only my own corporation, but I have 2 LLCs, and one is Studio W Buzz,
Hey now.
and the other one is WB Financial Services. So I still do that.
Oh.
Yeah, and so yes, I
See,
am.
yeah, that's so
Yeah.
inspirational, and I love the point you made about how when it first happened, you were initially hurt, and you were like, "What the heck? Like this isn't right." And I
It
think
was
that like I'm very grateful, and my sister as well. Aaliyah's very grateful that we got fired from the jobs that we got fired from. But in those moments when it happened, it felt completely unfair, right? Right, Aaliyah?
Oh yeah, it definitely hurt. I had to grieve. It was
But
like a grieving process.
grieving process, especially if it's a job you've been at for a couple years, for sure, it's a grieving process.
I was
But
at the last one for 12 years, and
wow,
the first job I was fired at, I did a really great job there too. I built up 3 different branches. And
mm.
and the year I was fired, can you believe this? I can't believe that something would happen when you get rewarded. That year I got fired, I was broke of the year.
Oh, they just didn't see that. You know what? I'm a firm believer again that things happen for a reason. You just were never meant to be there. You were meant to be somewhere better. You were meant to be somewhere more aligned with you. And
And
no
that's the
matter how good of a job you performed, they got you out of there because it's never where you were supposed to be.
right. And I am where I'm supposed to be. I'm an independent owner operator. We have our own corporation, and I just have a blast and meeting people like you and Aaliyah is absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna step aside and we're gonna kick it with KILLA.
No, yeah, thank you for all that. And Aaliyah, thank you for joining us. I think we should get back to some music, get that feel good vibe. All this talking about getting fired and that doesn't feel so good. So let's get the vibe going again with some 90s R&B.
Let's get it.
Thank you.
I wonder if she could tell I'm hard right now. Yeah, come on, dance for me, baby. Uh-oh, you feel like? All right, come on, don't stop now. You done did it. Come on, yeah. All right, hold up. Baby, when we're crying, that's right. I get so excited. Oh, how I like it. I try, but I can't fight it. Oh, you're dancing real close, but it's real slow. Know what you do, don't you? You're making it hard for me. Oh, the song's on you, requested. You're dancing like you're naked. Oh, it's almost like we're sexing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, boo, I like it. No, I can't deny it. But I know you can tell I'm excited. Oh, girl.
Step back, you're dancing kind of close. Feel a little pull coming through on you.
Now, girl, I know you felt it. But boo, you know I can't help it. You know what I wanna do. Baby, when we're crying, oh yeah, I get so excited. Feel so good, so real. Try, but I can't fight it. You're dancing real close, and it's real slow. You know, you're making it hard for me. Baby, just dancing so close ain't a good idea, 'cause I want you now and here. The way that you shake it on me makes me want you so bad sexually. Oh, girl.
Step back, you're dancing kind of close. Feel a little pull coming through on you.
Now, girl, I know you felt it. Ooh, you know I can't help it. You know what I wanna do. Oh, yes. Crying, I get so excited. Kiwi. Oh, how I like it. I try, but I can't fight it. Baby, it feels so right. Real close, real slow. You know, you're making it hard for me. Baby, don't stop. I get so excited. You know I like it. I try, but I can't fight it. No, you're dancing real close, and it's real slow. Yeah, you're making it hard for me. I love when you shake it like that.
I see that you like it like that.
I love when you shake it like that.
I see that you like it like that.
Well, baby, I like the way that you cry on me. Oh, yeah, I can't fight it. Real close, oh, yeah. Making it hard for me. I like the way you move. I get so excited. You're making me want you. Try, but I can't fight it. Oh, the way you move. It's real slow. I like those things you do. Hard for me. You're a little too close. Crying, I get so excited. Oh, how I like it. I try, but I can't fight it.
Oh, that's real good. Too close. Next. Wow. Man, kicking it with KICKIN. I can't believe that we have 25 minutes left to go in the show. But KICKIN, if you don't mind, I know you have a lot more to share with the audience. We've got a lot more music
I
to
don't have
get
that
in.
much.
No, you're fine. But I need to something we were talking about inspiration, and you and your sisters. I mean, for such young women, you guys. Oh my God, you're brilliant. You're energetic, and you talk so much about faith, which
Yeah.
wow. a lot of people twice your age, they don't have faith, and so you can inspire the world with what you're saying.
That's definitely the plan. I appreciate that so much. Thank
Yes,
you.
and that is the purpose of this station also. And the reason why I'm saying that, I just received something on Facebook 11 minutes ago, while you and your sister were speaking. And it says, blessings to you always. I thought about your spirit when I read this. You're such a huge inspiration to us, William A. Brown, CEO. I said, whoa. And she said, ingenious, inventive, motivator, innovator, visionary, trailblazer, originator. Thank you for all the seeds you have sown to help expand
Wow.
much needed platforms of our times. Keep soaring like an eagle. And then she sent me this beautiful poem. It says, soar, soar, eagle, high and free. Soar to heights I cannot see. Spread your wings and sail away to to view God's creation vast array. Your cry rings out across the dale. Speaking of sights, you can only tell your eagle eye so easily sees each moment uh, among the towering trees. I can only imagine how it must feel to experience God's splendor so surreal, to sail above so high and free, living as God created you to be, the glorious freedom only the Lord can give, freedom that allows only one to live. Soar, soar, eagle, high and free. One day, I too, God's splendor shall see. Amazing.
I love that. I
I
love that.
thank you, Althea Gray Wilson. I forgot. Althea's in another state, I believe. Althea, text me. Let me know what state you're in. But thank you. That is so beautiful. You made my week. Thank you.
That's really nice. That was really, really nice. I love messages like that. It just kind of reminds you, like, I'm doing something right, I guess.
Yes, yes, and that is so beautiful, when we get messages like that, and just like on our show last night on Monday night, Madness. Oh my God, it was great. I don't know whether you had a chance to hear last night, but we were
Yeah.
showcasing Stevie Wonder. Yes, you did. Yes, you were. Oh, you
Yeah.
were there, and it was absolutely wonderful. And I want to give a shout out to my co-host on Monday nights. That's the Professor Elroy Board the Third. Outstanding, aka Professor Pop Culture, and he does the bulk of the research on these artists, gives you the life, the legacy, and background and inspiration, motivation, and everything. And we just have a great time. And then on Sunday nights we have Patricia Amira Turner, and we do Sunday Night Go. I'll give you more later to the audience of what we do, how we do it. But just go to the website, and if you like Kicking It with KAYLA, please, please, please go there, go to the website and leave a comment. And KAYLA, if I might say, I'm going to let the audience know there's an ongoing contest, folks. We want to, and it might be this show, the listeners of this show, or one of the listeners of this show, or any show. And how we're going to pick we're going to do this each week. We're going to look at the responses on the website, and those of you who have subscribed, we're going to take that in consideration. And you might get some extra points if you leave a comment or two, and or like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Studio W. And that's all for me for right now, KAYLA.
No, I appreciate that. And I love the inspiration, and I love the giveaways, and I love the incentive. Like, yeah, Studio W Buzz got a lot going on. I'm here for it. So
You already know.
studiowbuzz.com is where they can, I love it. And I think that this is real effective. I appreciate it.
Right.
It.
Oh, so I forgot to tell you what we're giving away. We're giving away
that's important.
a gas card.
Oh, you know what? Gas is really expensive. How do I win? Can I sign up, or am I ineligible because I work here? How does that work?
Yeah.
'Cause this gas is adding up.
Sign up for it. Anybody can win. No, you can't win on your own. Nope.
Thought I'd try.
No, not on your own show. But no, folks,
Oh,
you'll get a gas card. All right. And do that. Oh, and also, KAYLA, I want the audience to know that we just opened up with our e-merch store. Well, we haven't added the product in yet. We haven't filled the shelves, but we'll be selling Studio W apparel, caps, shirts, polo shirts, really nice embroidered.
Yeah.
And jackets. We'll have jackets. We're going to have CDs. Music coming out. You'll be able to purchase CDs right on the line as well, along with some selective books that we might have. Okay, that we will have rather.
Ooh, I love to read. I'm here for it. It's going to be super duper exciting. Thank you. Thank you for all that. Thank you for all that information. Everybody check out studiowbuzz.com and make sure you leave the comments and try to shoot your shot, especially, it's really, even if it's like, okay, you can afford gas, or you have enough shirts and you have enough apparel, just winning something, even if it's not something that you necessarily need, it just makes you feel good. And it's like, yeah, I won. I can win other challenges that I'm facing in my life currently. Just, I love to inspire, so, and I love to change mindsets. So yeah, I think that that's super super beneficial. Check out studiowbuzz.com. And speaking of all these inspirations and just all this light and all this love that's being spread during Kicking It with Kayla, I love it because that's the vibe I try to set. So I love the positivity. I love the inspiration. And I was reading about this 10-year-old boy who made me feel really, really bad about myself. Like, oh, I got to do better. I got to do more, because this little kid is super inspiring. He started at 8 years old. He actually had a really tough life in Nigeria. His family, they were under violent attack. There was a whole bunch of violent attacks on Christian families in Nigeria. His family had to flee, came to America, and they were living in a home. He was able to start elementary school, and at his elementary school, he was introduced to chess. He fell in love with chess at 8 years old, and he started joining the competition. They had to waive the fee because his family couldn't really afford for him to do it, but he was so captivated by chess that he's like, no, I need to do this. So they waived the fee and they allowed him to join the chess team. And when I tell you, his first tournament, he was so bad and went poorly. He got the lowest score of any student at 8 years old. But he didn't give up, and he kept doing chess. He kept doing chess. He kept doing chess. And now he is a champion. He's
Yay.
labeled as a prodigy. Um, he's the first competitor ever to win a state championship on his first try, because now he's battling with the states. He's like number one in grades K through 3, I believe. And because the New York Times, they found his story, they started a fundraiser campaign for him. Him and his family now have $250,000. And now they reside in Connecticut, and they have a home, and they're able to excel academically in school. And on top of that, he's still killing it at chess. So it just shows about, again, living in your purpose, doing what
Amazing.
feels
How
right
old
for you.
is he
Isn't that
now?
amazing? He's
How
10
old is
years old now, by the way.
he? 10.
Yes, he started
Oh
at 8,
my
2 years.
God.
2 years it took.
I played chess, but I wouldn't dare touch him. I wouldn't. No, I can tell.
I wouldn't touch him
I
either.
wouldn't mess.
He
But
would
I
kick
love
our
your
butts
story.
for sure.
Oh my God, I love your stories, Killer. Love it.
That makes it make it. I was like, so I was reading this like 10. You know what? And just to be a little bit more transparent, I tried to learn chess at least 7 times in my life. 7 times at least I tried to learn. I lose every single time, and also I'm a sore loser. Like, I don't like losing. It makes me feel. It makes me very upset. I'm very competitive when I lose, even if it's something I don't know how to do. It's like, how did I lose? So chess is very intimidating for me. But you know what? What I did learn is, if you can learn chess and you can dominate chess, you can dominate life, because it's not always thinking about the next move. You're thinking 3, 4, 5, 6 moves in advance. And that's how you got to operate through life. You can't say, if I do this, how is it going to affect me tomorrow? You got to say, if I do this, how is it going to affect me 5 years from now? How is it
Wow.
going to affect you? Got to think like that. And I think chess trains you to think like that. So even though he's only a master at chess at 10 years old, imagine how much of a master he's going to be at life at 18.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I would love this. I would. Well, I would love. I want this kid to be world champion. This is the first time I heard this story. I would love for him to be world champion. He probably can. Let me just share something with you. I have 6 brothers, and all of us play chess, and
Really?
it's a competitive thing, right? It is a real competitive thing with us. Instead of a lot of families, you guys would play maybe backgammon or checkers or something like. No, my brothers and I, we play chess, and
Yeah.
we talk trash too. We talk real trash.
Yeah, that's how me and my family are. People
Oh,
don't like that
I
though.
love
When you
it.
don't play with family, people really take it personal. So I'm trying to work
Real
on that.
personal, right? And
Yeah.
you said something so profound. And I don't know whether you read this or not, or it just came to you. But do you know that chess is called the game of life?
I know that I literally just said that. I did not read that. And no, I did not know chess was considered the game of life. This is
It's
news to me
called the
right now.
game of life because, like you
Really?
said, you have to think. And not only you have to think moves ahead, you also have to have a good defense.
Right.
You have to have a great offense, and you better have a good defense, or you're gonna lose. And it's a fascinating game.
It's a fascinating thought process that it takes in order to be good at this game, to accomplish this game and to beat your opponent. You need to be thinking of all things and all things that leads to protecting your queen, that or protecting your king. Is that I don't know. What's the objective? Are you supposed to protect your king or your queen?
If your king is dead, the game is over. You have to protect your king. However, the queen is the most powerful piece on the board.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that's how life is. So yeah, as I was saying.
No, the queen oh my God, the queen. You don't want to lose your queen.
And that's a life lesson. You don't want to lose your queen. Happy wife, happy life. So I think chess is the game of life. Yeah. Yes. You know what? So I think I got to get better at chess. I'm going to find this little 10-year-old Tanny, and by the time I'm giving myself 3 years, I'm gonna find him. By the time he's 13, and I'm gonna challenge him to a game of chess.
And what is his name?
See how that goes. His name is. You know what? I try to avoid saying it because it's Nigerian, and I really don't know how to pronounce it, and I really don't want to butcher this young guy's name, but I'm a go for it. Please don't send me a bunch of rude emails. But it says, oh God, Tanny Talua, Tanny, and then his last name is Aduwumi. You know what? That's why I didn't say it. That's why I didn't say it. Right there. Something like that. I'll send you the story, and you can like figure out how to say
that.
it.
I would love. I love stories like that. Absolutely.
I love it too. I love it too. And I got some crazy stories to make us feel a little bit sane. But I think I want to get back to a little bit of music, a little bit more 90s R&B. Can we?
I knew that you were going to say that.
I don't know what it is that you've done to me, but it's caused me to act in such a crazy way. Whatever it is that you do when you do what you're doing, it's a feeling that I want to stay. 'Cause my heart starts beating triple time with thoughts of loving you on my mind. I can't figure out just what to do when the calling here is you. I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control of it. Something takes over me. In a day, you look so amazing. It's not a fix. I want you to stay with me. By my side, I swallow my pride. Your love is so sweet. It knocks me right off of my feet. Can it stay for your love and makes me weak? Time after time, I try to fight it. Your love is strong, it keeps on holding on. Resistance is down when you're around, price fading. In my condition, I don't want to be alone. 'Cause my heart starts beating triple time with thoughts of loving you on my mind. I can't figure out just what to do when the father here is you. Oh. I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control of it. Something takes over me. In a day, you look so amazing. It's not a fix. I want you to stay with me. By my side, I swallow my pride. Your love is so sweet. It knocks me right off of my feet. Can it stay for your love and makes me weak? I try hard to fight it, face. I want you to stay with me. By my side, I swallow my pride. Your love is so sweet. It knocks me right off of my feet. Can't explain why your love is next to me. I get so weak. Blood starts racing through my veins. I get so weak, boy, it's something I can't explain. I get so something about the way you do the things you do. It knocks me right off of my feet. I can't explain why your love is next to me. I can hardly speak. I lose all control. Then something so up me in a day. It looks so amazing. It's not a face. I want to stay on my side.
And you're listening live to Kicking It with KAYLA on StudioWBuzz.com.
Oh man, I can't believe it's coming to the end of the show. But thank you for kicking in with KAYLA. It's been another fun hour, and hopefully we get more time soon because these hours are just flying by. But my favorite stories are the crazy ones that make us feel a little sane, because I know we all have a little bit of insanity in us, and sometimes it's hard to range exactly how insane you are. And then you hear about people and you're like, you know what? I'm not that bad. So this was a fun story out of Milwaukee. This man, he decided to burglarize a bakery, and he had a hat on and went to the store. He figured out a way of how to get into the bakery. He leaves. He comes back on with a ski mask on and some gloves. After trying to rob the place initially with no coverings, he leaves, and then he comes back again with the ski mask and gloves. He gets into the register. He gets into the bakery. He gets into the register. He gets about, I believe, $200 he took. And, the bakery opens the next day. They realize they've been robbed. Their drawer is missing and they don't know where it went. They get the help of authorities who were able to look at the surveillance videos, both externally and internally, because the man came with no ski mask, no gloves on initially when he figured out how to break into the place. Again, all he had was a hat on. They took that screenshot from the video, the surveillance video of him trying to rob the place. They took that picture and they put it on cookies and started giving them out for free, saying, hey, if you guys see this person that's on this cookie, you report it and we'll be able to the guy who robbed this bakery of $200. Of course, you give people free cookies, enough people are going to get them. This guy was able to be caught just based off of the picture that they put on the cookie, the mugshot that they put on the cookies. And now, somebody was like, I know this guy. I know where to find him. They were able to rat him out, and he was caught on a balcony somewhere, tried to jump off. Authorities caught him. But so that's what happens, I guess, when you try to rob a bakery. They'll turn you into a cookie and and get their due justice. Did you hear about that one?
No, no. You come up with these crazy stories I haven't heard before. Just like the guy the drunk driver who called the cops on himself. I'm still
you love that.
behind that one. Oh,
yeah,
God.
that was good audio. I don't have any audio of this guy who robbed the bakery because clearly I have news footage of it, but no fun calls about that. But I do have pictures of the cookie. I can send that to you, and maybe that can people could check out our website and our Facebook and check out this, because it's like a really, really clear picture of him on this nicely decorated cookie. Is the funniest thing, and it was just, I think, a super duper clever way of trying to catch a criminal. It's like a Scooby-Doo type episode. Like, yeah, we're gonna put his face on the cookie, and that's his mugshot now. So I genuinely enjoyed that crazy story. I think that's the way to go. So yeah, make sure that you check out our website. Check out the old shows, StudioWBuzz.com. Unfortunately, it's coming to an end. We only got a couple minutes left before the end of the show. So I don't think I have time to get another full crazy story in here. But that means you just got to tune in on Friday. Kicking It with KAYLA every day. Well, Tuesdays and Fridays from 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and I believe 7 p.m. Central Time. I've never been Central, so I don't really know the time there.
Yeah,
But
2 hours. Yes, 2 hours. And then 6 o'clock Mountain Time.
oh, see? Yeah. So it's all these different times. And then again, if you missed it, you could just check out studiowbuzz.com. All those are up there, and all the other shows that we offer. And then again, we're getting merchandise soon. So it's going to be what? It's going to be hats, it's going to be jackets, and we're doing giveaways and everything too, right?
Yes, giveaways, albums. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
giveaways. That's under the contest section, but we have our own e-store, which will take you over to its own separate page where you can shop for merchandise and albums and books and things of that nature.
I
Uh,
love
it's
it.
relative, and that we can relate to this station and what we do as far as entertainment and broadcasting and listening to good music and stuff like that. That's what's going to be in the e-merch store.
I know that I have a lot of listeners from South Jersey that tune in, and I know my family tunes in. Obviously, because they love me, so they tune in Tuesdays and Fridays too. So I'm hoping that they can rock the merchandise, and that way, we'll have people on the East Coast rocking it, we'll have the West Coast rocking it, and soon enough, Studio W is going to take over the globe.
Let's do this. Let's
I
do
love it.
this. Wow. Guess what? I think we have time for one more song. What about that?
I love it. Let's do the 90s R&B.
Right, yeah, yes, let's do that. Then you can come out and close us out. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Kicking It with KAYLA right here on Studio W, the Buzz, your global radio network.
Yes, it's me again, and I'm back. Woo. His lies, but all he tells me is lies to keep me near. I'm never living down, though I might mess around. It's only 'cause I need some affection. Oh, so I creep, yeah, I just keep it on the down low, so nobody else surprises now. So I creep. Yeah, 'cause he doesn't know what I do, and no attention goes to show. Oh, so I creep the 23rd of loneliness, and we don't talk like we used to do. Now it seems pretty strange, but I'm not bugging, 'cause I still feel the same. Yeah. I keep giving love until the day he pushes me away. Never go astray. If he knew the things I did, he couldn't handle it. And I choose to keep him protected. Oh, so I creep. Yeah, I just keep it on the down low, so nobody else supposed to know. So I creep, yeah, 'cause he doesn't know what I do, and no attention goes to show. So I creep, yeah, just keep it on the down, so nobody else wanna know. Yeah, so I creep, love you, yeah, 'cause he doesn't know what I do, and no attention goes to show. So I creep, so I creep, baby, yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, we had to drop a little TLC on him, KAYLA.
You know he had to. You know he had to. When you're dropping 90s R&B, you can't forget TLC. Hello. Hello. But yeah, that was another episode of Kicking It with KAYLA. I had so much fun with you guys. Thank you for kicking it with me, allowing me to kick it with you on Studio W Buzz Radio. I had so much fun. And WB, I really think that the 90 minutes might be a little better, right? I think this hour just kind of flies by.
Doesn't
Where'd the hour go?
Yeah, I think you're right about that. So why don't we do that starting, what's today?
Today's Tuesday.
Friday then. We have, yeah.
Friday? Wow. All right. That's like tomorrow. But okay, I got some planning to do. So.
You better get busy because we
gotta get busy.
Hey, folks, thank you so much for listening to Kicking It with KAYLA. And KAYLA, thank you so much for allowing me to be a small part of your broadcast today. And your sister, Aaliyah. I mean, you guys just beautiful souls, beautiful spirits. We love that energy. And thank you again, folks. Hey, keep it locked and live and loaded right here on Studio W, The Buzz, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The finest in music, broadcasting, talk, entertainment, and a whole lot more. So we're going to leave it right there. In the meantime, let's see, what are we going to take? How about a little brandy? Let's take them out with some brandy.
Let's do that.
Let's do it. All right.
Oh, yeah. I would like to get to know if I could be the kind of girl that you could be down for. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on.
I get exotic with the melodic tune. I get hypnotic with the moon, but you got to put me down soon. I flip a sideshow if you come my way. Up, down, and around, even sideways. I'm about as ready as the light can get. We can go all out. I ain't afraid of the sweat, but yet I bet you got the techniques to freak a girl inside out. What's that all about? Can I have some of that? You gotta put me on. Word around town is you're 9 men strong. I wanna be put on in the worst way. Since the first day, I think it was a Thursday. You be that brother that I wanna sink my teeth in. Make me wanna ask, where the hell you been? I like the way you be with all that personality, but I got flavor too. You need to get with me.
What you going through? I wanna be down. I wanna be down. Oh, yeah. It's true. I wanna be down. I wanna be down. Oh, yeah.
He was born 20 years ago, just a pimp toes. Every day new clothes, look at the cut coupe pose. How? On 3 got the heat so bluffy. Slang its hazzy because it's more than 20 ducking. Struck it. Kinda rich, now his pockets looking straight. Slam the D's on the benzo, pancake by the gate. Mom's looking straight with her half, she got great. Lounging in her new home that's about to stay. I'll be your core mail, won't tell. You can get it when you want it, even though you got chicks all up on it. Don't matter, 'cause mother you fly, I can't lie. I've been macking daddy from the corner of my eye. Now, baby, bring it on, don't be frontin' on your baby boo. All I wanna know is what's up with you. How can I get with you? Seems like you got a hold on me. It must be voodoo, 'cause baby, I want you.
Down with you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sing.
I wanna be down with you. I wanna be down.
about they tall, about so big, about so small, about this length, about this width, about this flow, about this gift. Instinct leading me right up your alleyway. Skip the moet, let's chill with some Alizé. Enough stressing all day. Let me massage your mind as my mental starts to play. A ghetto sauce from you all, and I'll be your sexual chocolate bar. And I gotta keep strong for the cause, and you gotta keep me strong for the tours. Brother, man, and me, damn the family. What else could we be with no one understands us but we? You were the first to tame. Big teeth. I'm out.
I wanna be down. Oh yeah. I wanna be down. I wanna be down with you. It's true. Oh yeah. I wanna be down with you.
Hey, here we go now. And it's on, yeah, and you don't stop. Brandy is in the house and you don't stop until the